folks, welcome back. 739 naira, I almost said dollars, naira per liter. Dangote drops bombshell on petrol prices. So, on the trending news today, we have founder and president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has announced that petrol prices will drop to 739 naira per liter nationwide beginning Tuesday, with initial implementation at MRS stations in Lagos. Dangote, at a press briefing at the Lekki refinery on Sunday, said the refinery had reduced its gantry price from 828 naira to 699 naira per liter 2 days earlier. He reassured that the 739 naira per liter price will be enforced and emphasized its commitment to fight price manipulation. Starting from Tuesday, MRS will start selling petrol at 739 naira per liter. Definitely, we will force and enforce that low price. We will make sure that it's implemented. If you have your truck, you can come here and buy it. We are selling at 699 naira. The 699 naira includes the percentage of NMDPRA. By the way, he's accusing the boss as NMDPRA of what do you call them? Corruption. And then this story, I'm reading this story straight from channelstv.com. Says, so what actually comes out to us is about 389 naira or so. Those who want to keep the price to sabotage the government, we will fight as much as we can to make sure that these prices are down. 970 naira is not the price. If you have money to come and buy, you can pick up petrol at 699 naira, he said to journalists. The group CEO expressed concern that some filling stations were deliberately keeping pump prices up, undermining the intended reduction. I was told that the marketers have met with some officials and were told to make sure that the price is maintained high. But this price we're going to start with MRS stations, most likely on Tuesday in Lagos. That's 970 naira per liter. You won't see it again, he said. Dangote urged members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, and other buyers to purchase fuel at the lower gantry price. We have asked anybody who can buy 10 trucks to come and buy 10 trucks at 699 naira. We are going to use whatever resources we have to make sure we crash this price down. Within a week to 10 days, we'll be able to deliver. For this December and January, we don't want people to sell petrol for more than 740 naira nationwide, he stated. In terms of transport costs, Dangote explained that transporting petrol from the refinery cost no more than 15 naira per liter, questioning why pump prices were rising to as high as 900 naira. In some other headlines that I've seen, he's also talked about the fact that even if the government tried to sell NNPC, is it NNPC, NNPCL?
Yes, NNPCL.
He said even if the government tried to sell NNPCL, that no one is going to buy it. So, yeah, I would love to really get your take on that. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's shows. Do us a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, High Chief Oladimeji Abitogun. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Good to be back. And let's hit the ground running with the changing dynamics, socio-economic, political changing dynamics in Africa's most important economy, Africa's most important country, most populous country, Nigeria. Of course, with this announcement from Alhaji Aliko Dangote, or Mr. Aliko Dangote, without putting on him any religious garb, you would agree with me that this is the most pivotal period in the socio-cultural political evolution of Africa. Aliko Dangote is signaling something beyond the new price regime that we are reporting that he has introduced earlier today. Of course, you will understand that in the last 1 week, Aliko Dangote has really become a media sensation in terms of doing what has not happened in almost 100 years all over Africa, particularly in Nigeria. He's set aside humongous amount of money that would help in funding education. You're talking of over $700 million from one individual to take care of critical sectors of Nigerian education, from post-primary through secondary, all the way to the university in Nigeria. And it's not something that is delaying about. And so, in a long time, Nigerians have not had very good Christmas. I mean, in the last 30 years or thereabout, there's always been a cycle of first scarcity whenever Christmas is around the corner, and then price gouging, almost being priced out of the control or the reach of the average Nigerian petroleum products user. So this Christmas is so different. And what Dangote is doing here is to reassure the critical mass of the Nigerian people that he does not answer to that fear-mongering thing that's been associated with him. Oh, he's going to be a monopoly. Oh, with the coming of his refinery, nobody will be able to compete. No, now he's bringing a workable, a valuable, competitive edge, particularly to make sure that he uses that very huge leverage that he has to knock off people that are still benefiting from the regime of fraudulent subsidy. You know, even while this guy is out there serving assurance as to the quantity of refined petroleum products that is going to make, I mean, is going to be pumping into Nigeria's or Africa's most important market. Some people are still there, not wanting to patronize them, going as far as wherever on the face of the earth, far-flung places, to bring substandard refined products into the country. Now, everybody is beginning to look at Aliko Dangote as the quintessential economic hope. If not, I do not want to wear him with the garb of a messiah. But also, that messianic thing is beginning to show on him that everybody that is trying to paint him, that has tried to paint him as a kind of a monster, as a kind of vermin that will feed fat on hapless Nigerian poor people, will now have a change of heart. Look at that leap from 850 or thereabout, coming down to 700 and maybe 40. And he's saying that the loading price, the price at the point of at the loading bay, at his refinery, would be 690 something, and that Nigerians should say farewell to the possibility of having to buy petroleum, or what's it called, premium motor spirit, PMS, or petrol, for as much as 800 plus, 900 plus. Farewell to that kind of era. Honestly, this is an epoch moment. This is not just pivotal in the annals of Nigerian economic development. I mean, wrap it all up. What this man has shown is that Africans are rising to the occasion. They are positioned. Everybody has to watch out for is the possibility of having like-minded, homegrown, real African investors that would want to come on board and rescue the system from the jackals, economic jackals and hyenas, I mean, people that are ready to just devour the system out of existence. So, would I say it is too early in the day to begin to pour accolades on Aliko Dangote? Certainly not too bad. He needs to be encouraged. And for everybody that is, picking all kinds of objects, oh, let us tear him down, let us do this. Pull him down syndrome will not work this time around. That is not going to work. This guy looks like he's got a date with destiny. He seems to be the person that is leading the charge to reposition Africa on a delayed but necessary economic renaissance. This is that moment.
Wow. Wow. Absolutely. I mean, a whopping 16% drop.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Among
us.
Yeah, I think it's worth, like you said, even if it's just as simple as encouragement, right? I think it's a big deal.
And like I told you, look at it vis-a-vis that promise of what's it called? This package, this thing of over $700 million to be that will be used as buffer foundation to rescue the what's it called, the troubled education sector in Nigeria, and that would even help to develop some database for thoroughbred professionals. Say you are a graduate of mathematics, you are a graduate of chemistry, spheres, and probably possible development of a technical education as well, vocational education as well. So, just for one man, of course, you may now begin to look at Alhaji Aliko Dangote as a man for a troubled season.
Yeah. I mean, we have to look at things like the impact on the other sectors.
That's right.
We're talking about energy now, right? So we have to look at the impact of this direction on everything else. We have to also look at what's the risk. Is there any risk that we can attribute to, maybe a premature drop in price, if you will? Is there something else? Maybe there's something in the blind spot that we don't see yet, outside of the fear of monopoly by some people.
Well, there is no basis for any fear of him imagining to become a monopolist in that sector. The only other thing anybody would have to say is that, for one individual to control or to wield such influence over what has become, or what hitherto was the mainstay of the Nigerian economy, which is a monolithic kind of oil dependent. But Dangote is even going beyond that. Look at it. The derivatives, the value chain that is to be derived from his refinery. Are you talking of what's it called? Fertilizer production? Are you talking of the range of petroleum byproducts and value chain that would come from this? The only thing anybody would look at is that, it's going to have enormous financial muscle. But people should also look at the corollary effect of employment opportunities. We can only look at Dangote from a positive prism. We can, at this point, just
at this time,
subdue our whatever misgivings or reservations we have. Let us think of the positive. For now, no matter how cynical I've been about this guy, it's brought me over. I'm swept off my feet, and I'm just looking at it that, he's a big inspiration, and he ought to be encouraged,
delivering,
and celebrated, and he's got to be given that chance. And for everybody that would want to undercut or sabotage Nigeria should respond to this officially, like some attempt at maybe warding off sabotage, terrorism, whatever you may want to call it. We've got just to give this guy that protection and make sure that he becomes the shining light in positioning Africa for a new dawn and a new day.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some other trendy stories around the world. Please hit like, share, subscribe, follow, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Trump attacks Rob Rayner after stabbing death. Outrage erupts. I'm looking at a news stream from Fox 11 Los Angeles. Very bad for our country. Trump doubles down on deranged Rob Rayner comments. And what they're saying, Trump doubled down on his controversial remarks regarding Rayner refusing to back away from them when asked by reporters in the Oval Office on Monday afternoon. Well, and I quote, "Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned," he stated. The Russia hoax, he was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Rayner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought it was very bad for our country, he added. The comments followed a previous statement made by the president suggesting Rayner's death was due to the, and I quote, "anger he caused others by being critical of the president." In a Truth Social post, Trump blamed the tragedy on the director's political opposition to him. He wrote that Rayner, and I quote, "was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession with President Donald J. Trump, with its obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness." Trump's initial remarks get blowback. And there's one rep here, Rep. Thomas Massey of Kentucky. He said, "Regardless of how you felt about Rob Rayner, this is inappropriate and disrespectful discourse about a man who was just brutally mocked. I guess my elected GOP colleagues, the VP and White House staff will just ignore it because they're afraid. I challenge anyone to defend it." What do you say about this one, sir? Is this another new low for Donald J. Trump?
Certainly, yes. And it also shows something about this country. Mr. Donald Trump, the sitting president, can say stuff and get away with it. But by way of bigotry or hypocrisy, moral hypocrisy, if people in the opposition or the media had uttered same sentiments or same talk, of course, there would be terrible blowback. Remember the other day when the young Republican ideologue had his life cut short by, while talking on a campus concerning some cultural war in this country. Mm-hmm. Any attempt by anybody to want to just point it out that, oh, probably that individual brought it upon himself. You saw the way people were savaged, the way people were made to lose their jobs and what have you. Unfortunately, Mr. Donald Trump is not going to have the opportunity of running for a third term. So nobody can say, oh, this is going to cost him his job. But in terms of the sliding popularity, the optics concerning how much Americans approve of Mr. Donald Trump's performance on the job as as a president or sitting as the incumbent president. Certainly, this means so much because you look at certain opinion polls on the approval, whether it's on how the system is biting hard on a price, what's it called, a price of groceries, the effect of Mr. Donald Trump's avoidable tariff opprobrium. All those things certainly would compound his popularity rating now. But of course, leadership should not just be about how popular somebody is as the president. Of course, it must also touch off on existential issues of the fact that politics is about real persons, all of us. And so to want to toy with the idea or to try to diminish the tragedy of the death of any citizen is unfortunate, and doubling down is not a new thing with President Donald Trump. That macho appearance, oh, I can toughen it out, and what have you, call anybody's a bluff. Of course, this is not going to impact his future political career as such, but it should also sometimes spare some thought for the people that will still be left there on the the Republican political platform. That some of these things may really erode their ability to, sell themselves to the American electorate. However, whoever understands the politics of Donald Trump would also know that he has a way of deflecting and diverting attention from what actually matters. For example, I want him now to deal with whatever report the congressional delegation to Nigeria concerning alleged Christian massacre, which is not funny, Christian genocide in that country. I want to see him follow through with the possibility of cooperating with the government of Nigeria, and then see how America can really bring some influence on how to rein in the lunatic killers on Nigerian plains, and whether in Nigerian savannah, whether in the middle belt or north central part of the country, and then make sure that that kind of wild killing inferno does not literally spread to other unaffected parts of the country. But of course, since Mr. Donald Trump spoke about the Nigerian Christian genocide, of course, you've seen a spike all across Nigeria about how churches are being attacked continually, how worshippers are being kidnapped, and then justice going, getting so compounded everywhere across Nigeria. But not only that, how about the possibility of America avoiding a situation in which we would have a long-drawn battle, possible military action against Venezuela's rogue regime, and the alleged killing of people who were waving the white flag, obviously showing that they are not pulling any punch or trigger against America soldiers or uniformed people having been attacked the first time. Also, so those congressional investigations going on, and the serious blowback coming from several judicial rulings, several court rulings, even from some judges that were actually appointed by Mr. Donald Trump himself. So he's been put to the test, but he's somebody who fights like the domestic cat. It's so difficult to have his back pinned to the floor or to the ground. Try whatever. It's just going to pop up elsewhere and let you know that, oh, he can really manipulate or maneuver around the entire system. While still looking at all these talks about, somebody bringing a tragic murder upon himself, which is quite unfortunate. Of course, the world is still looking at the possibility of how he is going to make it possible to save Ukraine from the relentless, atrocious attacks of Vladimir Putin of Russia. So things are not really getting better around him economically and what have you. Sometimes I will be rallying of leading market indexes and what have you. That does not still save the neck of Mr. Donald Trump. I mean, whom so many people around this country feel, it's not really having a firm grip on the issues that affect all of us as average Americans. And
well, as a journalist that you are, I want you to speak to this. 48 minutes ago, there's a news that just splashed across the internet. President Donald Trump and his team has figured out, in the midst of everything you just gone over, right? He's figured out some time to file a lawsuit against BBC, $5 billion in damages. What do you have to say about that? Of
course, you know that it's done. I mean, it's played that kind of game against so many media houses, and at the end of the day, they most times end up as being frivolous and then been declared as nullity. I do not also know the merits of this matter, but of course,
well, it's a defamation lawsuit against a media house.
In what context? Some of these things are just brought by Donald Trump. He's got this phobia and what's it called? Protracted hate against a section of the media, unless you are in the White House, maybe as part of the what's it called? The White House press call to continue to play the game of sycophant, or sometimes ask childish, juvenile kind of questions that do not really grill him or probe him. Now, that's not going to be in his good books. We just have to watch things play out. But I have no doubt whatsoever that this also will go the way similar suits went before now.
So earlier, so sorry to interject you, sir. So earlier on Monday, which is today as we tape this, he said, in a little while, you'll be seeing I'm suing the BBC for putting words in my mouth. This is just to add some context to what you're saying.
How many times?
Literally, they put words in my mouth.
Well, I do not know if anybody needs to put anything in Mr. Donald Trump's mouth. Of course, you know what the statistics are. The data that the world works. I mean, it's almost like every second one lie, every lie at any, it's so natural with him.
$5 billion.
Well, we've seen similar suits before. It didn't go anywhere, and I do not think that this also will fly, because do not forget that the BBC is not a small fry when it comes to this game of journalism. And
well, he filed a $15 billion lawsuit against the New York Times in September, accusing the newspaper of being a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. In July,
and what happened? What happened?
I don't have the outcome of that here. What happened?
It's available in the public space. The truth of the matter is that all those things, all those suits often ended up being
thrown out.
Thrown out and seen as being frivolous. I mean, you see, when you see, I mean, it's not only that this is a familiar script with media or what's it called? Some government leaderships in developing countries. The fact that kind of situation can be hashed and react in the United States of America is what is so appalling to us in this time and age. America used to be that darling beacon concerning press freedom. And so when he launches against the media houses, calls them all kinds of unprintable names, I mean, unspeakable characterizations, fake news, this and that, you are so, no. It's beneath the place of whoever is in charge in the White House as president of this promising country in terms of democracy and the freedom of opinion, thoughts, and the press.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back. We have some other trendy stories around the world. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Bandit leader Bello Turji alleges 2 ex-governors fuel insecurity. I'm looking at a report here. I think I also saw that Channel TV reported it earlier as well. Notorious bandit leader Bello Turji has alleged that 2 former northern governors are fueling insecurity in the country, especially in the north. Turji made this allegation in a viral video which surfaced on Sunday, accusing past political leadership in Zamfara and Sokoto states of laying the foundation for the region's long-running insecurity. According to the bandit leader, he has participated in a series of peace meetings with the Zamfara state government during the administration of a former governor of the state. All right. So now, before I give you the microphone, sir, I have, just to be fair, one of the governors has come out. I forgot his name. I'm trying to see if I can pull out the name. Is the former governor of Sokoto, and he's saying that this is just political smearing of his name. Okay, so I'm sure the other one will probably come out soon as well. I'm trying to pull up his name. Ex-governor of Sokoto, Bafarawa. So he said the forces using Bello Turji against me. Former governor of Sokoto, Atahiru Bafara, has denied claim that bandit leader Bello Turji that he's among the forces fueling terrorism. So he's basically deny. What's your take on this one, sir?
Thank you very much. See, who knows? For example, Bello Turji.
Is it Tunji or Turji?
Tongi.
Okay. Tongi.
Saying that he's been involved in past negotiations with with a section of the leadership of Nigeria. And this is somebody that is he is a certified rogue, a social misfit, terrorist, but it's always been downplayed that, he is a bandit, this and that. These are people that the society should have zero tolerance for. So nobody knows what the truth may be in this situation. However, you can't take away one fact that Atahiru Bafarawa is a member of the coalition opposition group, the Imagine, what's it called, political movement or political party, ADC, African Democratic Congress. That yes, that
the new coalition.
He is part of it. So
wow,
all things have been said, but nothing could be further from the truth that Nigeria, as we speak, is under siege. So who's done it? Do we really need some master, what's it called, a crime detective or some good detective writer to come around and help us to solve the mystery of the path that Nigeria has where Nigeria has found itself, which is the path that Nigeria ought not to have taken. So if it's now going to be reduced to a matter of this miscreant, this criminal, Bello, of a person is alleging something. Instead of the government to go after him, make sure that he is caught alive to come and substantiate before the entire world audience, a global audience in a law court duly constituted, to come and substantiate some of these claims. I mean, these people, they just think they can pawn all of us at the same time as Nigerians and as citizens of the free world. Nobody knows what actually is driving all this. Is it just about some interest of some crime merchant, like he is alleging here, who is benefiting from what? Why is it that the entire thing has been so intractable? Remember, Al-Mustafa, the former chief security officer to the late General Sani Abacha, has said it, and Abacha himself said it. If any act of terrorism, if any insurrection is going to last more than 24 hours, then understand that government must be involved in it. So many people have been named, so many people have been chronicled as having vested interest concerning the tragedy that has befallen Nigeria currently, namely terrorism in all aspects. I mean, look at what this has resulted to for Nigeria. People cannot even travel to their native villages or hometowns to celebrate regular festivals as we used to know it in Nigeria. And so people are saying all kinds of things. Nigeria must be brought back to track. For example, can anybody justify the fact that a flight, an average flight from Akure in Ondo State to Lagos, something that is not lasting for more than 28 minutes to maybe 45 minutes maximum, costing as much as 450,000 naira, just one way. You're not talking of a round trip. Lagos to Port Harcourt to Enugu, going for 750,000 naira. Only God can rescue Nigeria. And all these things are happening just because it has now become some satanic venture to want to travel on Nigeria's unsecured roads. And you can be sure that terrorism, what's it called? Carjacking, kidnapping would spike during this season. So who really wants to stake his or her security traveling Nigerians' troubled roads? So this has the dynamics of things going on there, which is why the opinion of the government and leadership of Nigeria is quite different from that of the average citizen. The average citizen is thinking that Donald Trump should not make it an empty boast, just a tough talk that, oh, it will be, gun will be blazing, and that America is ready to go after the terrorists and the killer merchants all over the place. This is what I think everybody should be laser focused about. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu working hand in hand with his counterpart in the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump, to make sure that these people are really consigned to where they actually belong. The footnote of Nigeria's existence, the footnote of Nigeria's history, let it be written that upon, it was upon a time, these people troubled Nigeria, but ultimately the will of the people, the force working for the nation and the international coalition, been able to put their back to the ground, and that they can rise no more. That is what the average Nigerian, that is what those of us who are Nigerians in the diaspora or Nigerian Americans, what have you, this is what we live for. This is the hope that we have This is what we think should happen as a matter of urgency. So Bello Tunji and Atahiru Bafarawa exchanging words. Is it not funny? So Bello Tunji.
It's Tunji, interesting to say the least.
Bello Tunji is alive to say all this? No. It means Nigeria is not really searching for him. If they're searching for him, because I know Nigeria's military is capable. If they're really searching for him, by now, the imbecile should have been dispatched to where he belongs. I mean, sent to the father of all lies of violence that unleashed him on Nigeria's landscape. He should go and kiss the foot of Satan, his master. That is what I feel about this.
Wow. All right. So for those of us that may not be familiar with who Bello Turji is, he's a notorious terrorist, bandit leader in Nigeria. It's actually, this is a young man. You know, I mean, Nigeria is struggling to. I mean, it's what it sounds like. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir. It sounds like he's just walking around free, like he's just catch me if you can.
Yeah, almost taunting the system, trolling, almost sounding invincible. But he's got a feet of clay. In no time, and they launch after him, he will unravel and will be singing worse than.
So why are they not launching after him? Why are Nigerian? Why is Nigeria not capturing
systemic contradictions?
Okay.
Systemic contradictions, internal sabotage. And like he is trying to disclose now, who knows what the truth is? Because you really can trust these inglorious bastards, these inglorious terrorists. You can't trust whatever they say because they live a lie. So
yeah,
I mean, they can't just play people against each other across the country. But what we want to see is to see the military go after him and then expose his backers. I mean,
yeah, because that will have to happen. That will have to happen. Ideally, if they catch him,
they should try to catch him alive.
Alive.
They should try to catch him alive. They shouldn't give him the opportunity of detonating his suicide belt. No, they should catch him alive.
Somebody who was born in 1994, sir. 1994.
Oh,
like yesterday.
So you haven't heard of child soldiers all over Africa's landscape? I mean, former President Olusegun Obasanjo was talking of the first-hand report he got from what's it called, bandit and terrorist apologist, Dr. Gumi.
Yes, Gumi. Yeah.
Yes, you know, he's great. I mean, he's got some notoriety as an apologist for.
I mean, that's essentially what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So for such a person who said, "Oh, when he went negotiating with some of these bastards, wherever their hands out could be, that he saw children of almost 12, 13, 14, people stoned, people that are drugged, I mean, into, indescribable situation with dull minds that could kill anybody. So to now talk of somebody that was born in 1994, you're talking of how many years old? 20. I mean,
31.
31 years old.
Yeah,
he's a grown adult.
That's a grown man. That's a grown man.
He's a grown man. So it's not by any means. You know what you have achieved when you were that age. I know where I was when I was of that age. So it's not a young man.
No,
it's just somebody that is fixated on wasting the years of his youth. Such a tragic and unfortunate way to live. What a waste of life.
What a waste. What a waste. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back. Welcome back. And now let's get a sharper edge on the conversation. Join us, okay? Join us. Let's talk about this. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment. So today we talked about, of course, we just finished talking about the banditry situation in Nigeria. We talked about President Trump and his mouth. And then, of course, we talked about Dangote and the massive 16% progress, especially during this timing in Nigeria. Dirty December is going on. This is the best time to overcharge people for petrol, but he's showing up, he's delivering. So without any further ado, please help me welcome High Chief Oladimeji Abitogun. Welcome back again, sir.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah. So do you have any Sharp Edge news special for us today? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, check out SharpEdgeNewsTV.com for more news. You have any special for us today?
Certainly. A very short one. Just to give a shout out to Burna Boy.
I have that video. Do you want me to play?
Oh, yes, but before we get to that,
okay.
The Nigerian Afrobeat sensation and Grammy Award winner, several times have been nominated. I was told he was at a neighborhood, somewhere close to your neighborhood in New Jersey, Newark.
Yes, it was in Newark.
Some unverified reports claiming that the 18,000 capacity arena where he performed sold out completely. We never will be able to tell, but wherever he goes, it draws a massive crowd. However, I need to send this note of caution, and you should not look at us as people. What is this about? We are not trying to savage you, savage you, Burna Boy. Just please listen. This society has a way of helping several icons to rise. And it does not also blink an eyelid to see them crumble like cookie. Now, you need to be very mindful as you seem to be gaining acceptance, meteoric rise all over the world concerning, because it is good. It is certain that you are good at what you do, Burna Boy, but be careful. You've seen the fate of people like Michael Jackson. You've seen the fate of people like O.J. Simpson in this country. You saw that of comedian Bill Cosby, and so on and so forth. Mike Tyson, even at the time, they tried it with Cassius Clay, who adopted the name Muhammad Ali. You need to be very careful. For example, if your fans are really excited about what you do, you don't know where they're coming from. Like that lady that was so excited around you in Denver, Colorado, and then the way it was alleged that you talked down on her with condescending attitude. And that happened around the time the lady was mourning. The lady had just allegedly buried her dad earlier that day. So trying to get some relief, some mental relaxation coming to your show, and then to be treated, with condescension and ignominious dismissal. It's not proper. And everybody was expecting that, Burna Boy would try to apologize, probably make an offer, can you have a free ticket to another show? I can get things through the sensitivity or sentiments of younger generations in America here. I was discussing this with, one of my children who used to love the music of Burna Boy, heck. He was crushed, terribly disappointed in the conduct of Burna Boy. So, Burna Boy, watch your back. Allah, you can play the tape.
Okay, I'll play the tape.
You over there with your girl sleeping in front of me. It pisses you the fuck off, bro.
Down.
You understand? So please take her the fuck home.
Down.
Fast.
Down.
Take her home. Bro, I'm not doing no more song until you take her home, bro.
You see that?
But you're taking the fucking piss, bro. Well, I'm not doing another song till you go home.
right. So he refused to continue the show
until the lady would retreat. That's not too good. Yes, it is true that celebrity obsession could lead to something else. But again, can the celebrities to be mindful of the fact that these people are taking hard-earned resources to really make them feel worthy. Again, we celebrate Burna Boy, just that it should be cautious. America that builds you up, the world that builds you up can crash you.
they tear you apart. Yeah, no respect.
Just the way the world works, not just in politics, but also within the social sphere. And shout out to every national associations and groupings celebrating one get together or the other this season. Shout out to the Yoruba Association in British Columbia, Canada, that celebrated their own what's it called? Their own identity last Saturday. Same for the Yoruba Association in Kansas City, Greater Kansas area. Same thing last Saturday. For every individual that's got one thing or the other to celebrate or something that is a drawback, understand that there is hope for another day, and let us keep the spirit high, and we can really get the hedges sharpened. So that's
And shout out to everybody that's going for Dirty December in Nigeria right now. I'm sure Nigeria is in full-blown festivities now. They start early. We don't start until the day after Christmas here.
Just that things should be toned down a bit, because from some of the reports that we are hearing too,
like what?
The economic situation in Nigeria is not making it to feel fully like, oh, this is Christmas the way it used to be. And it's not something that is unique to Nigeria. I think everybody
around the world
knows where the pocket pinches now all over the world.
Exactly.
So take it easy. Do not get hooked on whatever, all kinds of abusive substances just because you say you are celebrating. After all, the man of history that is being celebrated at this time, Jesus Christ, did not tread some of these parts. You cannot, for instance, go and steal chicken, goat, whatever in the village just because we want to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. For God's sake.
Good luck with that.
Should Christmas call for stealing? Should it call for armed robbery? Should it call for terrorism? Should it call for
bag snatching, chain snatching,
and all those things, and destroying relationships and backknifing and going where you should not go?
Yes.
We wish you well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but before we leave, I really wanted to talk because the economy, in Nigeria, I believe personally that Nigeria has a great future. Personally, I believe that.
Yeah, very resilient population,
yes.
And resilient people. Yes.
Yeah, I believe that. So now in terms of the future of Dangote groups, right?
Right.
Going back to the issue on the price drops in petrol prices, things like that. Yes. And I like that he's calling out, because for me, I couldn't imagine that the refineries in Port Harcourt, that they are functioning. Me personally, I can't imagine.
Yeah, two refineries in Port Harcourt, one in Warri, the other one in Kaduna.
Yeah, so even if they are functioning, I couldn't imagine that they are functioning at the optimal state. I couldn't imagine that they're not burning more money trying to make it functional in 2025. I just couldn't imagine it.
It's a cesspool of waste.
It's a waste.
Intractability.
Exactly.
Like I told you before, way back 1999, 2000, I was one of the journalists that rode on a government official jet plane to tour all these
The
trouble
refineries.
the refineries.
Yeah.
They could not. I mean, at that time, the ones in Port Harcourt were being handled by Chrome Consortium, owned by Sir Emeka Ofo. They couldn't get a place and Andrew on their repairs or restoration then. Even now, you have had Dangote is informed a commentary on the state of these government-owned refineries.
Right.
So they should just park well and let those who can really run the show, maybe private investors, let them take the driver's seat. And
exactly.
You see the significant price shift for the season. What a time to live in.
Yes. Yeah. So even when the report on the production drop or production rise, we can trust those numbers. You can only imagine what kind of conversations going on behind the scenes when they want to tell their head of communications what to report on that particular day.
It's a route.
It's a joke.
It's a script. Not beyond a joke. My experience in journalism, whenever I had practiced in Nigeria years back, was that never you rely on the script that is being rammed down your brain by government ministers and officials, which is why today we've come to a point where nobody trusts the authenticity, the veracity of reports from Nigerian media, which is a shame. And that is one subsector of the Nigerian system that's really worked to deliver liberty for the people, the trust of real freedom for the people. And so, as journalists, we need to reinvent ourselves. We need to rediscover ourselves. And then, there are some individuals that are really holding strong out there. I mean, everybody cannot be condemned, can't be given the blanket stroke of condemnation or dismissal just like that. Some people are still doing well, but we all owe it a duty. It is our constitutional duty to make sure that we reflect the truth. So whatever we think can salvage Nigeria, also living in truth, reporting the truth, is part of it. When they bring all these scripts and one will just read their routes to you, talking points, probe beyond that. That's the way we used to roll in Abuja. And that is the way we should keep it going.
So to round off the show today, I'm going to play this small clip for you. Then I'm going to read a comment to you. Then I want to get your thoughts, and then we'll round up, okay?
All right.
Let's listen to this.
During the last administration of President Buhari, there was a big mistake that was made by putting a trader as a regulator. A trader can never be a regulator, which I think it is a mismatch. And that is why we're having all these issues. The crisis that we're facing is actually to do with this, and what is actually paining me is that the country is paying a bigger price. The bigger price is that nobody will come and invest in this sort of this. Even if the NNPC today want to sell their refineries, there can never be a buyer. Why? Because the environment is not conducive for anybody to come and put his money and put up a refinery.
All right, so you see that comment from Dangote himself directly, and I'm going to read this comment for right under that video. It says, "I have issues with Dangote because I just can't understand why can't he selling for 10,000 naira per bag. I watched the press conference on another channel, and on this matter, I am with him and support what he's trying to do. No sensible businessman will buy any NNPC refinery. Buy any NNPC refinery and the real market price under the current regulatory environment. The regulator is also wrong to grant import license in an effort to break monopoly. What needs to done is sanitize the environment and grant licenses for people to build modular refineries. Nigeria is a jungle because of corruption, even though if you look at how dollars were allocated to the Dangote during the former CNN governor's tenure, one may raise some concerns. Do you understand what this person is saying? What is he trying to say?
He is jumbling so many issues together there. I think he's talking of the possibility of Dangote as a cement manufacturer to sell a bag for 10,000 naira. I would even love to see cement sold at 1,005 or 1,000 naira, or maybe around 3,005 to 5,000. So let us clarify that. But why is this individual bringing the issue of a cement price into a discussion, a honest discussion, a clear and well-directed discussion on the correct PMS pricing or petroleum products pricing? The two are not within the same sphere. Beyond all that, what I just want to do at this moment is to really celebrate Dangote and stay optimistic about the fact that Africa is capable of generating homegrown solutions and bring about, it's a first, I mean, Africa's own first 11, people that are resourceful, people that are dynamic. I mean, individuals like not just Aliko Dangote himself. He's talking of people like Femi Otedola. He's talking of people like Tony Elumelu and Oba Tudeko, and so on and so forth. The owner of Brai Cement and Petroleum, the Future Petroleum Refinery, and so on and so forth. So much hope is reposed in Africa, not just for now, not just because of this emerging economic players, but also because of the youth, the energetic youth, that are in the majority in terms of demographic realities of the country, of the continent at the moment. That is what I want us to celebrate. So, so somebody calling Nigeria a jungle, I do not totally agree. Yes, Nigeria as a country has its issues.
Has its challenges. It's called challenges.
Challenges, and sometimes it's prospects and triumphs. So can it just be dismissed as a jungle like that? No, let us.
Like, are you Trumpony? Are you Trumpony?
Yeah. That's my take on the whole thing. But
I'll read one more comment. We're over time by about 1 or 2 minutes, but I think I should read this one to you. This person said, that's a big lie. Port Harcourt refinery will sell fast because it is close to source of crude oil and has coastal option for transport. You are afraid of competition. Even without large capital outlay, people have been locally refining products in the Delta. This termed as illegal by the government. There will not be monopoly in the downstream anymore. The shake-up is coming. As the mafias are battling it out and the Fulani hold is weakening, pure capitalism will allow in more players. Refining petrol or building a refinery is not rocket science.
You want my reaction?
Yeah, briefly, and then we end.
I'm not going to react to this. I think this person is entitled to
the opinion.
Our opinion.
Okay.
In journalism, facts are sacred.
Yeah.
And opinion is supposed to be free.
Opinion is like the a-hole. Everybody has one.
That's right. So, so the deal is that this guy may have his or her facts, but as to whether the refinery in Port Harcourt will sell. The person listened to what I said. I said way back in 1999, 2000, I was on the same plane with the then Minister of Information, Professor Jerry Gana, alongside other journalists. We thought these facilities, they did not work then.
It was obvious. Back then, they didn't work.
Even now, they ain't still working. So,
yeah,
tell me.
And if they're working, it's a waste.
25, 26 years of rigmarolling within the same circle. Tell me, is that not the definition of madness or lunacy? So it has not
insanity. Insanity.
Yeah, so the empirical fact there is that this over time has not worked. So to think that it will start working.
And outside of waste, it's not going to work. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. Let's call a spade a spade. So we would like to tell ourselves, call a spade a spade.
Well, some people can look at that spade and say, "Oh, this is
a shovel."
No, they will tell you it is a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, I know, right? Right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Hopefully, you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. Peace.